Today on the show, I'm speaking with the superstar from the movie The Secret, Mr. Mike Dooley, and he explains how important it is for us not to mess with the cursed hows. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Natalie Ledwell, and this is The Inspiration Show, and today my special guest is Mr. Mike Dooley. Hi, Mike. How are you?
Hey, Natalie.
Now, you might recognize Mike as one of the superstars from the movie The Secret, and he has been teaching the principles of law of attraction for how many years now, Mike?
Well, specifically, directly, 12 years. But for 10 years before that, I was putting little poems on T-shirts about life, dreams, and happiness that we sold, my brother, mother, and I, all over the world. And that was kind of my accidental step into the direction that I am now living as a full-time teacher, speaker, author.
Yeah. Now, you've got an actually really interesting story. Can you share that with us, a little bit about your background? Because you didn't always start out being like a teacher of these principles.
No, pretty conventional background, which I think lends itself to credibility for those who are skeptic of the woo-woo that I'm normally preaching. The background is degree in accounting, University of Florida, certified public accountant, worked for Price Waterhouse back in the day, today PricewaterhouseCoopers, for 6 years between Tampa, Boston, Saudi Arabia, New York City. And then I wanted more. Things were good, just got promoted to manager, but I felt like shocked in a way that no one had discovered me. And so I thought, no one's going to come rescue me from these ivory towers. I quit. Cold turkey, had no idea what I would do for a living, moved to Orlando, Florida, where there I teamed up with my mother and brother, always focused on living my dreams, and I think that's what I teach now. You gotta, charity begins at home, take care of yourself, take care of your dreams, and then you'll be able to shine automatically your own light on the darkened paths of others. And it turns out, as you well know, once all of your dreams start coming true, the thing that you most want is to be able to help others. So pursuing my kind of bliss or back then desperate pursuit of making things work, I quit Price Waterhouse, teamed up with Mom and my brother Andy, and we sold T-shirts for 10 years here in Orlando, where I would write about life, dreams, and happiness. He would do the art with palm trees and fishies, and we'd sell them all over the world through distributors in the Far East, Europe, the Middle East, and to all the U.S. department stores. 12 years ago was when we wound that down, somewhat seemingly involuntarily, because the trends had been declining for years. It wasn't fun anymore. We'd bought my mother out. Andy wanted to be a rock star at the time. We were locking horns, and we said, look, we're ahead financially. Let's just liquidate and hit the reset button individually and start over. I was about 40, almost 40 years old, and that brought about the most harrowing, terrifying time of my life. Because not only was I faced with starting my life over, but I had no flippin' idea of what I would do, what I would start. I had done corporate world. I had done entrepreneurial world. I didn't want to go back to either one of them in the ways that I had known them. And so I stumbled upon what I now teach to audiences. I'm in the tail end of my third world tour, speaking for the last 8.5 years all over the planet, where I advise people, and this will sound kind of strange, even to you, I'm sure, Natalie, an expert black belt at manifesting. What I advocate now is have general end results. Abundance, not a Ferrari. Great relationships, not tricksy by the end of the year. Health, rather than let me fix my back. General end results that we get excited about by visualizing the details. There's no contradiction here to what everyone else has taught and what I used to teach. Get general end result, excited about the end results through the bells and the whistles and the trinkets and the bling and the icing on the cake without attachment to those bells and whistles. The details are glorious. They rock. They get us excited. They create optimism, anticipation. But the mistake that most people make is they then attach to the details. It's got to be that car. It's got to be that soulmate. It's got to be that house on the hill. And I'm going to make this book become a bestseller. they carry the weight of the world on their shoulders because they're unwittingly messing with the cursed hows. These have all become how they will be happy. And so because I had already exhausted the hows to the best of my awareness 12 years ago, I remember kind of throwing a Hail Mary to the universe. American football jargon, I just threw the ball and hoped somebody on my team would catch it. I threw it to the end zone. And I remember in this conversation with God, it's the universe when I'm feeling good. It's God when I'm terrified. You're God. And I remember thinking, look, I don't know how I got where I am now. My life seemed to be a train wreck. But I do know that I want to live in abundance. I don't want to worry about losing my house. I want to have friends and laughter, international travel, and a career I love. And I don't care what that career is. If I love it, who cares? This is the same thing with if I'm in love with my partner. Who cares who they are or what their specs are? And then I put together vision boards that had details, but I was not saying it's got to be her, it's got to be this, it's got to be then. I didn't attach to those details. I remained focused on the big picture, and I knew enough, as we all instinctively know, to show up. Every day I did stuff. I went to trade fairs. I checked out franchises. I went to book fairs for authors. I went to speaker conferences, National Speakers Association. I joined Toastmasters. This is what I advocate. General end result, get excited about it with details, and then every day knock on doors, but again, without attachment. It's not going to be this door or the other. I don't know which door it's going to be. Let divine intelligence decide that. I'm going to knock on all of the doors. And this is the formula to what I now call playing this little matrix that I've devised, a simple one-page table with 6 columns. A matrix is overkill, but it piques interest. Playing the matrix is exactly this. And then prepare to be astounded. From the depths of my pain, anguish, and confusion 12 years ago, within 2.5 years I was on my first world tour. I had released an audio program, Infinite Possibilities, that was rocking the internet through affiliate marketing. I was one of the pioneers by accident. And then Rhonda and Glenda, 2 sweet subscribers to my Notes from the Universe email, said, dear Mike, thanks for doing what you do. We love it. We've got Infinite Possibilities on our iPads. I didn't know who they were. We're here in Melbourne, Australia, and we're putting together a documentary, given that film is our background, on the law of attraction. Can we interview you for The Secret? The miracles pile up, but you don't see them when they're piling up. I don't know when Rhonda and Glenda signed up for Notes from the Universe, but it was probably a day I was bad-mouthing the speaking profession and complaining to my mother, when is my life going to take off? And as I teach folks, if you do what you know to do and you're positive, you have general end results, there's even room for negativity because of our profound inclination to succeed. It's in our DNA. We're pushed on to greatness. After The Secret, there was New York Times bestsellers. Now I'm in 25 languages. That's my story. From the ashes.
And so you were actually describing a situation that a lot of people, I think by choice you were there, but a lot of people are put into this situation now where they've been made redundant, they've lost their jobs, their careers, maybe they've had to close one of their businesses down, and they're looking at what to do next. And what I'm finding is a lot of the people that we're coming across are going, well, if I'm going to do this again, I'm going to do something that I really enjoy, something that I feel passionate about, something that I feel good about. So what I hear you saying is that if they were to write out affirmations and create vision boards around this, rather than focus on the specific vehicle or the specific type of business, they should be creating affirmations to describe the life that whatever business that is going to create for them.
Yes, exactly right. And I come across so many of the same people and have such sympathy because I was there. I mean, it hurts. And you wonder, am I forever going to be telling stories of my Price Waterhouse days and manifesting Hong Kong Harbor and the things that were my stories back then? Is this the way life goes? Is the best behind me? Am I now paying the dues for having such a great start? So I know where many of your folks are coming from. And yes, I love my life is a great affirmation. I'm surrounded by wealth and abundance. Everything I touch turns to gold. I have total clarity, especially when you don't have clarity. I always say the right thing to the right person. These affirmations are super powerful, and because my approach does on the surface seem so alien, have general end results, let me rephrase it a little bit again. The details rock. The details are awesome. The details are going to get you salivating over where your future is taking you. And the details will throw you out of bed in the morning with a smile on your face and a roar. Just don't attach to the details. So use your affirmations and use your vision boards and use all of these things that you've always used, but basically by insisting on the generalities and being flexible with the details, you're doing what many others have said, you're leaving room for even better. Yes. It's like saying, I give thanks in advance for my XYZ or better, and I give thanks for so-and-so or better. If you always add or better, then you're not attaching. Same thing. Mission is achieved. You're leaving room, attitude, freedom to divine intelligence to blow your mind in ways that you cannot now comprehend it being blown. But it doesn't mean it can't be blown. And it's the same with the miracles that we don't see happening. Just because you don't see them happening, because today looks just like yesterday, doesn't mean you aren't caked in miracles. And that for the end results that you've chosen and the excitement you've generated through my movies or vision boards or whatever, you are summoning from the woodwork partners, players, accomplices, soulmates, who are now negotiating their way to you unbeknownst to them, but through divine intelligence. The next thing you know, you're going to be walking through the mall and their chocolate's going to fall in your peanut butter and you're going to be like, oh my God. And it's because of the work you're doing now and the miracles that are happening now behind the curtains of time and space that are invisible. Exactly. They're still happening.
Exactly. And that's the thing. What we're talking about here is because in my experience, it's never actually the way that you think you're going to get to your end result is never the way it happens. Very rarely does it happen that way. Like I know before Ryan, our partner, approached us with the idea for Mind Movies, Glenn and I were involved in a network marketing business. The affirmations we wrote around this business about being able to travel the world, do something that we feel passionate about, be able to help people make money, work on the beach from a laptop if we wanted to. And we were convinced that this network marketing business would be that vehicle. But we were open and we were flexible. And now we look at Mind Movies and this is the vehicle that's got us there. So it's like, you always have to stay open to
that illustrates what I'm saying. Because if you had attached and said, by golly, the universe loves me, it's conspiring on my behalf, my thoughts become things, there's a law of attraction, I'm going to make it happen, you would have slammed shut the door on all other possibilities. And for whatever other reasons, your priorities, beliefs, you couldn't be where you now are. Neither could I. No. Which is why, use this excitement of I'm going to have this lifestyle, that lifestyle, these bells and whistles, and even details, but then release so the universe can do what it's done for you and what it most certainly did for me. I write notes from the universe for a living, for free. And I'm surrounded in abundance. I travel all over the world. I'm living the life of my dreams. I could never have fathomed that. But because I didn't attach. And I was looking at irrigation repair, one of my secret passions my whole life long. I was looking at, all kinds of weird things. But because I did so without attachment, and because even though I went to the trade fairs and the expos and the thises without attachment, it left room for even better than I could then have described.
Yeah, that's perfect. And what we're talking about here is things that you could never have planned for in a million years. Best laid plan, you could never have planned for this. And that's why it's really important to remain open and flexible.
Yeah.
So, Mike, I know we've been talking about the Notes from the Universe and a couple of New York Times bestsellers. If people want to find out more about you and maybe get their hands on the notes and some books and things that you have, where can we send them?
To TUT.com. Tut, like the Egyptian king.com. Very easy. It stems from the old T-shirt days, totally unique T-shirts, before there was an internet. And so we got Tut.com as the domain name. Now it stands for Totally Unique Thoughts. And there I've got 8 books, 5, 6 audio programs, DVDs, and I'm constantly touring all over the world. Next week, Santa Barbara. The week after, Massachusetts. January, Seattle. March, it'll be Berlin, Cologne, Manchester, England. So I'll be coming to a town near you. I'd love to see you. Check it out at tut.com.
Make sure you go there. And I've mentioned this to you before, Mike. I unsubscribe from all the lists because I get so many emails into my inbox as it is. But the one subscription that I do keep is the Notes from the Universe. So if you guys are not subscribed to that, make sure that you do that every day. And you know what? It takes a couple of seconds to read it, but it just absolutely brightens your day. So I really appreciate all the work that you put into that.
Thank you. 12 years now, 2,000 notes. They're always free. They always will be. But they've become the lifeblood of all I do. Who would have guessed?
Wonderful.
Thanks.
Now, guys, remember, if you click on the banner to the side there, you'll actually go straight through to Mike's site from there. And I encourage you to share this video. And you can do that by clicking the Facebook and the Twitter share buttons above. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you put your email in the box above there. I would love to send you my Manifesting with the Masters video e-course. Includes masters like Bob Proctor, Marcy Shimoff, John Assaraf. It's valued at $87, and I'd like to send it to you for free. So make sure that you put your email in the box above there to get that. So until next time, remember to live large, choose courageously, and love without limits. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching this video. Now, before you go, do you want to learn the insider secrets to welcoming more abundance, more love, and more happiness into your life from some of the world's most inspiring personal growth gurus? Then be sure to click the link below now to subscribe to the Inspiration Show community and be one of the first to find out about brand new episodes of the show. You're absolutely going to love what we have coming up in store for you. Plus, you'll instantly receive a free copy of my Manifesting with the Masters video e-course featuring some of the biggest stars from the movie The Secret, teaching you how to manifest your dream life faster and easier than you ever thought possible. So to get your free copy, be sure to click on the link below now. I'm Natalie Ledwell. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, remember to live large, choose courageously, and love without limits. I'll see you soon.